Just see flash of light, bang, gone. Psh.
I heard 1, 2, and then 5.
For me, it was just 1, 5, and that was it.
1, 2.
It feels like time is skipped.
My brain's just been scrambled, but they definitely did not see her move.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you. Hands up. Hands up if you are Sagittarian. Quite a few of you. Nice. All right, drop your hands. Here's your horoscope. Sagittarians, from a leading national newspaper this week, it says, you are easily sidetracked from what you know is important in life and made anxious by pressures and distractions that may not even be real. Hands up again, Sagittarians, if you would say that that sounds fair. Pretty much all of you, right. Okay, lovely. Thank you. So drop your hands. So look, compelling evidence for the power of astrology. Or it would be, apart from the fact this is actually for Aquarians. So you fell for that. This is a Barnum statement. It's named after the showman P.T. Barnum, who gave us the phrase, there's a sucker born every minute. Also played famously, of course, by Hugh Jackman in the film The Greatest Showman. Apologies if you thought you were coming to see that. Although I think you'll find this show just a little camper. So the point of a Barnum statement is that it sort of sounds specific, but actually applies to pretty much all of us, right? It's a cynical take on how gullible we are, that's the point. But I think the cynical take misses something valuable, which is precisely that we do all share in these kinds of experiences. We're all easily sidetracked from what we know is important in life. We're all made anxious by pressures and distractions that may not even be real. And when we're in these kind of places, it can feel lonely, like it's just us and we've failed. It can feel very isolating. But actually, it's so common, you can print this sort of thing in a national newspaper, and most people will say it applies to them. The silly horoscopes do give us something valuable, that we're all struggling with the same sorts of stuff. We're all flapping around frantically like a fish out of water. That's life. And over the last 10 years or so, a number of palliative care nurses around the world started asking their dying patients that they had the privilege of spending the last days with what advice they'd give, what the biggest regrets are, essentially. And it's really interesting because the same regrets just come up again and again. The most common, almost universal regret of the dying, and I'll show you the others later, but the most common one is, I wish I'd lived the life I wanted to, not the life others wanted me to. Which isn't too far off what the horoscope's saying, right, in terms of remembering what's important. So there's a lesson there for all of us if we want to take it, but also the comfort of just knowing we'll all come to pretty much feel the same kind of stuff. The things in life that feel most isolating are so often the very things that bring us together, which is what I'd like to explore tonight. Has anybody got a banknote on them? Like a 10 or a 20 or a 50 even. I don't know why I'm asking up there. Or a 50 even, if you have. Actually, I'll ask up the top. So if you've got a banknote, and if you could comfortably spin a coin on a table, could you raise your hand, have the banknote in your hand, and give me a good wave. Have the banknote in your hand, just to save a bit of time, so I know you've got one. Okay, now bear with me, this is a long way. I couldn't get, that's also true, I couldn't get it up last night, I was going to say. If I miss, it'll come hurtling down into the stalls on its edge, picking up some speed, so I'll give you a shout if that happens, but please watch out for it. All right, ready? Get this to somebody with the hand up. Okay, all right. Oh, it made it. Probably the most impressive thing you'll see tonight, so enjoy that. Can we get it someone with a hand up? Give me a good wave. Hi, hello, great. What is your name? Steve, what banknote have you got, Steve?
It's only a £5 and I'm a £3.
Oh, bless. It breaks your heart, doesn't it? It's fine, it'll still work. So I want you to bring your fiver down, Steve. Look, you're going to come to the bottom of the steps on this side over here. You're going to fold it up and seal it in an envelope and wait there for me. But we'll see you in a bit. Just give Steve a hand as he starts his long journey. As he comes down, I'll show you a picture of a very famous telepathy act from the 20s. These are the Zanzigs. Tessa and Jeffrey Zanzig, so married couple, and performing there with their Zanzig boards. And from my collection of things that only I find interesting, one of their original Zanzig boards here tonight from their act. So Tessa on the left there, she was the one seemingly blessed with psychic ability. She could tell famously which way a coin landed if it was spun behind her back so she couldn't see, which way dice landed if they were rolled in the next room. She could predict those results as well, which is interesting. Although most interesting for me about this particular couple is the fact they didn't earn their real money from their act. They earned their proper money using the same skills but in real life, which is a different thing. Traveling around Europe, gambling with dice and rinsing casinos. So whatever they were doing, whether she was genuinely psychic or whether he was secretly assisting her in some way, coding her information, that kind of thing, or whether it was chemically induced, which was also rumoured, it's clear it's a lifetime's worth of work and intuition and so on. And I'm always interested to know whether those sorts of lifelong skills can be taught in a matter of minutes if you teach them unconsciously. And it turns out that they can if you pick the right sort of person. So essentially, any of those people who might have got through on the phone at the very start of the show. So every night we do that, every night one person gets through. You saw the lady that got through tonight. And since you last saw her, she's been held backstage, plugged into a piece of equipment, and has been receiving rapid unconscious training in the skills used by the Zanzigs and others. So if this has worked, when I bring her out in a moment, not only should she be able to perform some of their feats, but because the training was unconscious, she won't know how she's doing it. Hi. Very nice to meet you. I'm going to keep you in the chair for a bit because it can be a little bit odd walking straight after that, but thank you very much for doing this. And I will bring you round. Lovely. Thank you very much. So, I asked your name on the phone. Was Kush, was that right? A Kush?
Kush.
Kush. Excellent, thank you. What do you do for a living?
I'm an actress.
You are an actress. I thought you might be. You're not acting in any capacity now, are you?
No, I thought I was coming to watch a show.
Yeah, well, no, thank you for coming to watch the show, and thank you for taking part. But just if anybody recognises you, it's important to know you're not
Yes,
not up here
yes,
acting.
This is just a terrible yeah. I don't know what the word is. Coincidence.
Coincidence? Yeah, no, I appreciate it. So, the last time they saw you, you were being wheeled out the back of the stage on a hospital gurney. So what happened next? Where were you?
In a room, I went backstage.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy, and he talked to me a little bit about the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think...
Probably got you to sign a consent form, I'd imagine.
Got me to sign a consent form.
Did he offer you a pill?
I had a pill.
Did you take the pill?
I did
You
take
did?
the
Most
pill.
people don't, Kush. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I did take the pill.
I suppose we are in Soho. So you took the pill, And then you'd have put these special headphones on, right?
Yes.
And you'd have done the training side of things. So let's talk about that, because some of it you'll remember and some of it you won't. What about dice rolling, and then how to tell which way dice will land before somebody rolls them?
No.
Okay. You remember something about dice rolling?
Yes.
So if I said someone's going to come up in a few minutes and roll one, and it's like a normal die with numbers 1 to 6, you'd have no way of knowing now what number they're going to roll. No. What if you just guess? What number would you say?
6.
6. Where's that answer coming from? Do you know?
No.
Okay, well, so let's stick with 6. I think that's coming from the right place. And then what about this? Piece of wood with some holes cut in it. Does that have any significance to you? Would you take that? Does that ring any bells?
No.
No? Perfect. All right. All the answers you're giving, Kush, are spot on, so let me explain to you what's happening. At the moment, we're talking, right? And your conscious mind, as it normally would, is paying attention to the content of what I'm saying and doing its best to process it and so on. But at the same time, as we forget about the audience completely for just a moment, your unconscious now, Kush, is listening to the spaces I leave between my words and the emphases that I place here or there. And it can begin to allow certain images to surface in your mind from somewhere quite deep, almost forgotten. And none of this is anything you need to think about or pay any attention to, because just like when you said the number 6, all the answers that you need will just appear before your mind's eye as and when you need them. Good, so let's start with a coin. I will spin a coin and ask you which way you think it landed. Could you face that way and close your eyes so people know you can't see? Doesn't matter if you're wrong, Kush. Sometimes it takes people a few goes to tune into it. But let me spin the coin and then I'll ask you heads or tails. Wait for me to ask you heads or tails and then you tell me which way you think it landed. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Heads or tails? Heads or tails?
Tails.
Yes, and that's a confident answer, which is a really good sign. Great, good start. It's only 50-50, so we'll do a couple more. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. Were you more certain that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a good sign. Okay, I'll give you a couple to tune into it. And one more. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Yes, brilliant. Okay, open your eyes, relax a bit. Brilliant. So what's going on? I know what I think. Special coins. Or Darren can just make a coin land one way or the other and someone's told Kush backstage what answers to give, which is quite a good solution, but not true. They're not special coins. I can't make a coin land one way or the other and no one has told you what answers to give. No.
No.
No. But just to eliminate that sort of thing as a possibility, though, I'm going to ask Steve, who had the banknote, who's found his way down here, to come up and do the coin spinning for us. I've become Steve. Nice to meet you. Hello. As you say, I'll do that. Boom. Let me take this. Hi. So, Steve, bring yourself around here. You're going to come around this side for me.
Certainly.
If it's all right, can I take your cap? Because you might lose your face under the lights a little bit. Thank you, Steve. Don't forget it when you go. Look, I'll put that there. All right. Okay, so we can see your face. Okay, bring yourself around here. Okay. So, Steve, you're going to do the coin spinning. So, look, there is a coin. There's plenty of others there if you'd rather. But before we do anything, rather than looking that way now, I want you to face the front, but do this. So it's fingers over your eyelids, elbows out to the side so we can see your face clearly, but we just know you can't see anything. All right, Steve, spin a coin, please. Perfect. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Yes. Here's another solution, by the way. I could be signalling the answer to Kush through the use of a code. So think about it. She could have learned a code backstage, right? I can see that it's tails, and there's something in the way I ask the question. My timing, my intonation, my wording, that's just telling her which one it is. It's a very good solution. But again, not true. You've not learned a code backstage, have you? No. At least as far as you remember. Another solution, he could be signaling her as well. So we'll do it again, but this time we'll both say nothing. We'll keep quiet, and you just answer in your own time. All right? There's no possibility of any coding, conscious or unconscious. Spin a coin again.
Heads.
Yes. Another possibility, the cameraman could be signalling her. Or someone's just telling her the answers. Relax and drop your hands for a bit and open your eyes. Be honest, no one's telling you the answers, are
No
they?
one's telling me the answers.
Nothing like that's going on. But again, just to eliminate that kind of thing, we don't even need to see which way it lands. So I'm going to go stand over there so I don't see. As soon as you've got a spin going, come and join me so you don't see which way it lands either. Okay. All right? We'll take the camera away so really nobody sees it. And again, just answer in your own time. All right, I'll move all these others out the way. You've got that one if you don't want it. Okay, I'll put it there. All right, I forget. Cover your eyes and answer in your own time.
Heads.
Heads. Steve, do you want to go have a look? See if she's got it right. Oh, I think it is, isn't it? Hang on to get the camera in. Yep. It is heads. It is heads. Excellent. Gosh, well done. Congratulations. Phenomenal. The only problem with it is that you wouldn't gamble on it because you don't gamble on something that's just happened, right? You gamble on something that's about to happen. So now I'm going to ask you to predict the result. And we'll up the stakes from 50-50 to 1 and 6. So now it's going to be the roll of the die. The number you said you saw coming up was?
6.
Was 6, of course. All right, so if you pick up the die here, I don't want to touch it, and come and stand around the other side of this little camera stand, so you're in this little bit here, all right? Bring yourself into this bit. We've got a glass with a camera above it, so when Steve rolls the die into the glass, we'll see the numbers as they come up here on the back wall, and we're not looking for 6 at this point. This is purely about you being happy that it's a normal die and just getting used to doing this. So do you want to roll it in there a few times? Lovely, and a 1, maybe give it one more. Yeah. Lovely, and a 6, which is great, but doesn't help us. Right, you happy it's a normal die? I promise you it is. So take it out, hang on to it for a bit. Okay, so, eyes closed. It's a weird question, but it's when is he going to roll the 6, all right? So how many rolls from now will it take him to roll a 6?
6.
6 rolls from now, you see him roll a 6 on the die.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's easy to remember. So you are going to roll the die 6 times into that glass, pausing for dramatic effect after the 5th roll. We may see a 6 come up along the way once or twice. Doesn't matter. It's only the 6th roll that we care about, right? Because that's when you saw it clearly. And we're hoping for a 6. Off you go. 1. And we have a 6. Not going to help us. Keep going. 2. 5. 3 is another 5. 4, we've got a 1. 5, we got a 2. Take it out. Before you do it, this is how the Zanzigs would earn their money, gambling on this game in casinos around the country. This is the 6th roll. We need another 6. Kush says it's going to be a 6 on this 6th roll. So in your own time, Steve, drop it back in. It's a 6! Congratulations, you got it! Congratulations. Phenomenal. I am not letting you go yet. I'm not letting you go. I know how you're doing it, and it's still impressive. So you've done 50-50, 1 and 6. This is now 1 in 138,000. Can we play the music for Kush, please? Kush, I'm sure you've heard this music in your life at some point. Do you remember hearing it through the headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a piece of Mozart, and it'll be stuck in the back of your mind somewhere. And as you listen to it, you're going to carry out what's called a piece of unconscious test processing, which just means, with your eyes closed, you're going to write numbers at random all over a big sheet of card.
Okay.
You have your eyes closed, and actually, if you don't mind, blindfold on as well, so you can't see what you're doing. Sorry. If you pop that on, it means you don't get consciously involved in any pattern forming. Are you right-handed or left-handed, Kush?
Right-handed.
Great. I've taken the lid off the pen. Can I give that to you there?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to balance that on your lap. If you hold it like that, you'll be able to feel the size of the card.
Yeah.
So will you just start writing numbers? Keep them fairly small so you can fit lots in. You can go a bit bigger than that, actually, if you like. And I'm going to bring your hand down here. Great. Perfect. That's a good size. Okay. Give the pen a bit of a scribble. Can we get a camera out so we can see as well? Right, lovely. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, lovely, that's perfect. Open your eyes, let's have a look. So, we have this random brain fart of numbers, some clearer than others, but that's great. Do you want to just hold it for us like that? What does it mean? Every banknote in the world has a serial number on it. Steve, And that serial number distinguishes that banknote from any other banknote in the world. Did you happen to look at the serial number on your note before you sealed it in the envelope? No, okay. And if you didn't see it, there's no way I can cleverly read it from you, and you certainly couldn't know. All right, so could you close your eyes so you don't see it by mistake? You take it out now and unfold it. There, do you want to place that under the camera so we can see it? We're not worried about the letters here, it's only the numbers that we care about. All right, so Kush, it's a weird question again, but it's what numbers are sticking in your mind after doing that. So you might think, for example, oh, I really remember writing a 7, so I'll say 7, right? But it could equally be, oh, I never wrote a 7, that's weird. So for whatever reason, if a number just is tickling at the back of your mind, maybe don't say 7, close your eyes, I don't want you seeing the numbers by mistake. Just tell me a number that feels right to you. Go on.
2.
2, brilliant. And you've got the full range of numbers to think about, so give me another one.
6.
6, yes. Again?
3.
Yes. Again?
0.
0, yes. Open your eyes for me. So downstairs, can you call out the first 3 digits? So we'll do 201. Go. 201. Lovely. And then up in the dress circle, 631. 631. And everybody upstairs, 61. 61. Now do the whole lot without looking, so it goes. 201. 631. 61. Let me show you how the Zanzigs would finish their act. Do you want to call them out? 201, 631, 61. All 8 digits in the perfect order. You nailed it, Chris. You got the serial number spot on. Congratulations. Steve, you were brilliant. Well done. Do you want to jump up and chuck everything back on the chair? Up again. So Mike Pack as well. You were sensational. I'm so pleased you got through on the phone. Thank you so much. The amazing Kush, ladies and gentlemen. That way, down the steps. That's it. All right, everybody up. If you can, stand up. Up, up, up. If you can. So, not exactly going to hypnotise you, but we are going to use some powerful forms of suggestion. The very front row of each of the circles going up to the top, just because it's a bit of a drop. You can still take part, but can you sit down and take part? Just do it from your seats rather than standing. And of course, if you just don't want to take part, you don't have to. You can sit down. Otherwise, bring your arms out in front of you with your palms together like this. Lace your fingers together. Arms straight out in front of you. On the count of 3, close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed until I specifically tell you to open them again. And squeeze and lock those hands together as tightly as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Eyes closed, keep quiet. Focus, concentrate, squeeze those hands together. Tighter and tighter. Good. The palms of your hands locking your fingers like steel claws. You might find your hands shake a little as you do it. That's fine. Keep breathing normally and just lock those hands tighter and tighter. So now, eyes closed, listen carefully. You know what it's like to forget some really obvious bit of information, something you know that you know. And it can happen with your own name. So on the count of 3, you will forget your name. All knowledge, all concept, all memory of that name will have gone. This will only be for a few minutes. I'll bring it back so it's perfectly comfortable. When I say 3, your hands will pop apart and separate. And as they do, that name too will just come apart and separate from your mind. And the harder you struggle in vain to try to remember whatever it was, the more impossible it is to recall. On the count of 3, you forget your name now. 1, 2... 3, your hands come apart, your eyes open, the name's gone. Think back, try and remember what it was. It's the weirdest feeling. Try and remember it. The harder you try, the further it goes. Then turn to the person next to you and try and say it. Nothing comes out. Nothing comes out, it just sticks. Don't tell them. Don't tell them what the names are. Thank you. If you're with someone that's forgotten their name, tell them to get down here. Get down here, quick as you can. Quick as you can. I'll grab a microphone so I can talk to you. Hi. I know it's all a bit weird. What's going on in your head? Like you're trying to remember, yes?
I think my name's Karen.
But you're not sure?
No.
And what's it like for you? You try and remember. Is it that you can't focus on finding the answer, or is it just like a total brick wall?
Yeah, I've no idea.
Just no idea. So just a kind of a blank.
Yeah.
You know my name, yes?
Yeah.
What's my name?
Darren.
Darren. And if I say, hi, what's your name? What goes wrong? What, does it just stick?
It's like a block.
Just a total block?
My tongue doesn't work.
Yeah, okay, so it's like you can't say it. It's like, yeah. Let me jump up the line a little bit. This guy here. What's going on in your head?
I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, okay. So you're trying to remember your name,
Yeah.
but what happens as you try and remember it?
I've got a different name in my head.
So what's the name you're getting?
Luke.
Luke. Let's find out. If you're with this guy, call out hello if you're with this guy. Is his name Luke? No, that is a no. Can you do that? If you go to the top of the stairs for me over there, let me bring. You go to the top of the stairs too for me. Thank you. 1, 2. Can I bring you to the top of the stairs? 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to bring you up there as well. Give these 4 a hand as they come up. You 4, follow me up here. Come and line up on these spots for me. Very importantly, you're not just playing along. You're not mucking around trying to make me look good.
No,
that's not what this is. Drop your hands to your sides. Look at me here. Take a deep breath in. And sleep and sink down into that sleep state now. Let your eyes close and just drift down. That's good. Still hearing and understanding everything. Enjoy the feeling of sinking into sleep as you stand. Look at me. Take a deep breath in. And sleep right the way down, right the way deep, and sound asleep. Enjoy. It's such a lovely feeling. Hands to your sides. Look at me. Take a deep breath in. And sleep right the way down, right the way deep, and sound asleep. Such a lovely feeling. Standing up and sleeping. Hands to your sides. Look at me. Deep breath in. And sleep. My voice just there in the center of your head as you drift and sink down. That's good. Enjoy it. It's a lovely feeling to be standing up but also sinking into a sleep state at the same time. So when you wake up with everybody else in a moment, that name's still gone from your mind. Now that your brain knows how easy it is to forget something so simple, you will also forget the number 7. When you open your eyes, all knowledge, all concept, all memory of any number between 6 and 8 will have gone. Here we go, waking up. 3, waking right up now. Enjoy it. 2, 1, 0. Eyes open, properly wide awake. Still no name. It's been a few minutes now. What's it like? Is it half sounds or anything that are starting to float around?
Shaky.
A little bit shaky. Yeah, it's so odd. Here's another thing that's odd. Grab the mic for me. It's this. I don't have 10 fingers. Which I know sounds mad because when you look at them, it looks like 10, right? But when you count them, you'll see it's not 10. Go on, count them out loud, you'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 11.
Exactly. It's so odd, isn't it? It does not look like 11. It sounds mad. He is right, though. Go on, count them. He is correct. Go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 again.
10 again, yeah. And if you try and work out where the extra one is, it actually gets kind of interesting. So look, if you take that, if you count how many fingers are on one hand, how many there, if you just count those? Point to each one and count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so that's 5, right? And if you were just counting the fingers on this hand on their own, how many there? 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it's 5 on each hand, right? And 5 add 5 is?
10.
Is 10, right? So it should be 10, but when you count, it's not 10. Look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
And I think you've got the same as me. I think this lady's got this. Would you hold your hands up? I think we've got the same. We've got the same. Hold them out. I'll point. You count. Go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Have you counted your own? Count your own. I think you've got the same. Haven't you? Count them out. Count. How many did you just count?
I have no idea.
Simple maths. 4 add 1 is...
5.
5, and 4 add 2 is...
6.
6. What is 4 add 3? That may not help you. I don't know. 4 out of 3?
I was hoping you'd skip me.
No?
There's something.
We'll try an easy one. Complete the film title, Snow White and the...
8 dwarfs.
8 dwarfs. It's something like that, isn't it? All right, okay. It's confusing because you've all forgotten something, so I'm going to bring back the thing that you've forgotten. That's your name, but also this other thing by counting to 3. I'll count to 3, you'll remember the things that you've forgotten, and everything will go back to normal. And again, if you need it out there, this clears for the whole room. Close your eyes up here. On the count of 3, you will remember what I made you forget. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes, fully refreshed. Your name has come back. Take a moment just to register that for yourself. Count your fingers, make sure you've all got 10.
7.
Yes! How many dwarves were there?
7.
7, you nailed it. Excellent. All right, thank you. I'm going to ask you to take a little step forward for me there, sir. Thank you. You 3 are about to head back, but before you go, what is your name?
Caroline.
Caroline, there it is. And, 1 second, Caroline and...
Sophie.
Sophie and...
Moth.
Moth, you got it. Caroline, Sophie and Moth, thank you so much. You may head back. You were wonderful. Head over there for me to the exit sign. And you, sir, I'm going to bring you this way. Look. Lovely. Come and stand here, buddy. So if I put you there, and your name is?
Jake.
Jake. Okay, 1 moment, Jake. Thank you. Can you turn and face me, Jake? Okay, nice to meet you, by the way. Thanks for coming up. But look at me now and sleep. I've got you. My dad was going to come to the show tonight because we're filming it. And he can't make it. He's not here. But I might just talk about him for a second because he was going to be at tonight's show. He used to give me proper dad advice when I was young. Don't lean back on your chair. That was a big one. Because you'll fall and crack your head open, which I always thought was unnecessarily violent imagery for a child of my age to process. And advice I've never heeded. I still do it every day. It's probably the feeling of taking a risk, maybe, which we don't do so much of as we get older. And the other great piece of advice from Dad, never shake hands with a stranger. So, Jake, we are going to remain connected for a little longer. You're going to remain in this sleep state for a couple more minutes. But I'd also like you to be able to see what you're doing. I'd like to be able to stand you up and for you to be able to move and so on. So as I talk to you, you can remain in this sleep, but you'll just notice that your eyes feel a little lighter. You'll find they can open so you can see. A little burst of refreshment around the eyes now. That's good. So they can open and I can stand you up and you can still kind of remain in the sleep, but also move and stand up. So let's get up. Up we get. Nice. And then we'll just kind of sleepwalk this way. And stand there and face me. Just pop that there. So I don't normally get somebody back up for this. I'd normally choose somebody fresh, but I think I will. So when I had 4 of you up here forgetting your names and numbers, not the guy, not Jake that you last saw in the chair, who's sadly passed away. No, he has not. He's out there somewhere amongst you. But Sophie, who was in the sort of flowery dress, second in from the end. Sophie, are you still here?
Yeah.
Where is she? Not quite. Is Sophie? Sophie, there you are. Get yourself up. We've got Sophie, everybody. Hi. Welcome back. Boom. Come and take a seat over here. I've got a good reason for bringing you back up. I'll explain why in a minute. Can I put you on the far chair there? Okay. And actually, I suppose this is doubly important because you are coming back up. Place your hands on the table. We don't know each other. We don't know each other. We're not mates. You don't work for me. You're not a stooge. We haven't set anything up.
You freak me out.
I freaked you out. Okay, sleep. No, it's an important point. It's an obvious point. It's just important that people know we don't know each other and so on. And the same goes for the whole of the show, but I know you know this stuff. No one's playing along with any of this. Great, relax a bit. I'm going to show you a card trick, Sophie. You don't very often get to do card tricks. You'll be brilliant. This is called Card to Box. It's a classic plot of magic. Well, I realise in telling you what it's called, I have just given away the end of the trick. Because now you know where the cards are going to end up. So no surprises on this one. So we've got a deck of cards. Could you shuffle them for me? Any good at shuffling or just... Oh, no? No, great. Well, that's not an easy shuffle. Excellent. Phenomenal, Sophie. Excellent, great. So could you pick one for me? And it really doesn't matter, anyone at all. Just pull one towards you, really doesn't matter. Anyone you like, anyone you like. 4 of diamonds, having an affair. Interesting. Who knows? Who knows? A lot of nonsense. So the 4 of diamonds goes into the card case like that. Could you place your left hand over that just so I can't get to it, without squashing the cards, but just so I can't get to the card. That's the idea. All right, so this is the trick. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. By the time I've reached 5, your card, the 4 of diamonds, will have disappeared from inside the card case and reappeared magically, and I can't emphasize that enough, in the wooden box that is here on the table. I am not going to touch your hand. I won't go anywhere near you. I can't get to the card. Your hand's over it. Any idea how a miracle like this might be achieved under these conditions, Sophie?
You.
Just me. I love it. Oh, there could be a card in there, I suppose. I'll just show you. At least you can see the box is empty to begin with. Yes?
Yep.
Love it. Show the camera as well. And again, your hand's over the card case. I can't get to the card. This will just happen automatically from there into there. Ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. Okay, I didn't touch your hand. Keep your eyes open. I didn't touch your hand. Did you feel any weird, like, I don't know, like a warmth or tingling or anything under your hand?
No.
No? Maybe it hasn't worked. Have a look. Is it gone? Is it still there? Is it gone? It has gone. Do you want to show the camera? Card has gone. Any idea what it could be, Sophie? And I refer you back to the title of the trick. Anything in it? Oh, we have a card. It's face down. Have a look. Show the camera. The 4 of diamonds. Card to box, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Well done, Sophie. Perfect. Now, I can tell from your sustained applause that you enjoyed that immensely. So, would you like to know how it was done? Would you like to know how it was done?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So, I will break a major rule of the magic circle and Sooty Club and tell you how the trick works. So, this one got you back up. So you came up in the first half of the show and you forgot your name and the number 7, right? You were brilliant. You got a good talent for forgetting important things. And another thing that's important that you'll have forgotten happened just before we did the trick. So you came up and you put your hands on the table, and you won't remember this, but you went to sleep for a little bit. And I took the opportunity to program you to do something, namely that every time I count from 1 to 5, that you will take the card out of the card case, that you yourself will put it in the wooden box, then put your hand back over the empty card case and forget that you moved or did anything. So you actually just did that yourself. I presume you don't really believe me.
No.
No, okay, I understand. So we'll do it again. And look, this time I'll put the box on the floor, right? Just so you know I'm not sneaking anything in there myself. And again, look, the 4 of diamonds. It does go in there, yes? Right. Do you want to place your hand back over it? So I can't get to it. All right. If what I'm saying is true, then this time you'd not only have to take the card out of the card case, you'd have to stand up with it. You'd have to get up out the chair, walk all the way around behind me, right the way around to the wooden box, stop, crouch down, lift the lid, put the card in, close the lid, stand back up again, walk all the way back round, sit yourself back down, put your hand back over the empty card case. In fact, you'd have to arrange your whole body so you're in exactly the same position you're in now, so everything looks and feels identical, like no time has passed, and then forget you did all of that, which is asking a lot, and frankly, it's barely plausible. But we'll do it again. This time the lights will change, but you'll be able to see what happens. You're not going to move, are you?
No.
It's exciting. Ready? 1, 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. Did you move?
No.
No. Did I... don't know what they're laughing at. They got their own thing going on. Did I touch your hand at any point?
I hope not.
You were properly holding on to it this time, weren't you? So I couldn't get to it. Do you want to have a look? Is it gone again? Have a look.
Aww.
Any idea what it could be? Helps if you think back to the previous phase of the trick.
Was it in the box?
Do you want to go have a look? I don't know. Go see if it's there. If it is, maybe show the camera over in the corner there and maybe bring the box back as well, saving the short trip. Anything in there? Oh. Do you want to show the camera? 4 of diamonds? Excellent. Come and sit back down again. Let's talk this through. So, let me take that. All right, so let's talk this all through. We've done it twice now.
Okay.
First time the box is on the table, and the second time the box is on the floor, yeah? The first time we did it, and you may not remember this, I think there was a blackout in the middle of the trick. Do you remember a blackout?
No.
No. It's interesting because it was a 10-second blackout, and you won't remember it because you have edited out 10 seconds of your life. It's just gone. And you're not alone, by the way. There'll be a handful of you out there that won't remember a blackout either. Maybe a very short one, but not 10 seconds. And you'll be people like Sophie, whose hand stuck earlier on, and then you just started to tune into things I'm doing with lights to manipulate you. Then we did it again, and the box was on the floor, and I know this sounds mad to you, but what most people just watched you do was take the card out the card case, stand up, walk around, put it in the wooden box, come and sit back down again, put your hand back over the empty card case and say that you didn't move. I know that was not your reality, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but your reality was the card disappeared again under your hand, yes? Yeah, and reappeared in the box over there, yes? Yeah, and what's really interesting is I can prove to you that you put the card in the wooden box and you won't accept the proof. Do you want to have a look on the back wall? Turn and have a look. Can you play the footage for Sophie, please? Look, there we are a minute ago. The lights go out for a moment. And then off you pop.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord.
What is going through your head as you watch that?
Can I leave? No, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, but there is that bit of doubt, and for some of you it's going to look like some fake footage thing that we've done. Because your belief that it didn't happen will always be stronger than the evidence that it did. We'll do it one more time. But now this time, and you have no memory of doing that at all?
No.
No. So we'll do it one more time, and this time I want someone to share your experience. So if you'd like to, I'll choose from downstairs just for speed. If your hand's stuck earlier on, otherwise it probably won't work with you, and you'd like a taste of what Sophie's experiencing, could you put your hands up and just give me a wave? Right, keep your hands up. Can we get this to somebody with their hands up? I'll throw it to where there are no hands up, and then maybe you can throw it on. Any more hands up? Somebody just throw it on, pass it to somebody with the hand up. Doesn't have to be the person nearest you. Give it a good throw. Careful if you are throwing, but... Oh, God, no, that's not how we throw a frisbee, sir. Christ. Are you okay? Hi, hello, what's your name? Lucinda, get yourself up. And we have Lucinda, everybody. Lucinda's got a really important job now. She's going to guard the box. She'll be the guardian of the box, your eyes and ears up here on stage, making sure no one tampers with it. Hi. Did your hand stick earlier on? Great. Okay. Come and stand over here. Can I put you on this spot here, Lucinda? And if you face the front, you'll be able to see the that clear perspex shelf that's hanging just here. Right. Your first duty, Lucinda, as guardian of the box, is to verify for the whole audience that the box starts empty. So just check that for yourself, and then show them as well. Is the box empty, Lucinda? The box is empty. And it matches your outfit. Who'd have thought? Explain that, Richard Dawkins. Right, take that back. Thank you. Can we get the shelf down? So the box goes on the shelf. That just goes there like that, and that goes up in the air. Lucinda, look at the box, take a deep breath in, let it out, relax, and just keep your eye on the box now. Your one job is just to keep watching it. And you're not alone. A good number of you will be doing the same thing. Even if you're not, forget to remember. The bit that's important. Remember. It's important. Remember. So while Lucinda guards the box, Sophie's watching a pretty good magic trick, and I know if I was in your shoes, one thing I would suspect is the use of a duplicate for a diamonds, right? Maybe there's another one, maybe that's how the trick works. So just so you know that's not the case, pick a different card, and I'll get you to sign it, and then if you see it again, at least you know it's the same one. So anyone you like, let's have a look, turn it over, what you got. 2 of diamonds, great, write your name on that. Perfect, thank you. Excellent. I was going to say on the back, doesn't make a difference, it's fine. Sophie, no, it makes no difference. Thank you, Sophie. Lovely. Do you want to stand up for me? In fact, come and stand here in the middle. Come put yourself there. So now we're in quite an interesting position where the box is up and out of the way. Even if you wanted to get to it, it is inconveniently placed. And the 2 of diamonds is signed. It just means if Sophie sees it again, she knows it's the same one. And look, they can all see from the front. You can see from the back. It does go in there. I do not sneak it back out again. You happy with that? Lovely. Do you want to put your hand back over it for me? Left hand, and then just don't move a muscle. I'll take everything else off the table. And come and stand around the other side. All right. So, under these conditions, Sophie, I think there really is only one way the trick can work. And it's exactly how the trick's going to work. You're about to walk over and put the card in the box. Maybe I'll come with you and bring a chair so you can climb up and do all that safely. And then you'll come back. You'll put your hand where it is now. And the moment you do, you'll forget that you moved or did anything. And you're not alone. A good number of you are about to do exactly the same thing. You'll just edit out that bit of time. You'll forget to remember the bit that was important. It's exciting. Ready? Wait for it. 1, 2. To forget. 3. To remember. Walk over and put the card in the box. It's important. It's important. Forget. 5. Did you move?
No.
Did I touch your hand? Go anywhere near you?
No.
Did you feel like you were probably holding on to it, weren't you? So I couldn't get to it. Do you want to have a look? Is it gone?
It scared me.
Gone again? Do you remember anything of what you just... I'll just show the camera. Do you remember anything of what you just did?
No.
Not at all? Let's have a little show of hands. Not to worry. Let's get a show of hands. Hands up and saw a walk across. 40% of you. Hands up if you did not see a walk across. Okay, a little over half. 60%. Okay, we got most of them, Sophie, I think. Come and stand here for me, Sophie. All right, big question. Lucinda, do you remember anybody touching the box? No, Lucinda does not remember anybody touching the box. Let's bring the shelf down. Do you want to take the box off the shelf? Just bring it back to your spot. Take it off. Bring it back to the lights. Okay, open it up. Just yes or no. Is there anything in there? Just yes or no. Is it a playing card by any chance? Have a look. Take it out. Okay, don't look at it. Take it face down. Hold it up against yourself so no one can see it quite yet. I'll take that off you. All right. So, you come and stand here for me. You are there. And you come here for me this side, Lucinda. Give that to me at fingertips. Everybody smile at the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, we know what we're looking for. We've got a signed 2 of diamonds. That is your signature, yes? Yeah, then your work's done. You may head back. Sophie, everybody. Thank you so much, Sophie. And Lucinda, you were lovely. Thank you both. Card to box, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any fathers in the audience that have brought young sons with them? And by young sons, let's say up to age 15. If you're a dad here with a young son, stand up with your son. Lovely. Okay, quite a few of you. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to shield my eyes a bit. Okay, I need to find out who's youngest. So, How old are you? The guy at the front, it looks like you're in a black T-shirt. How old are you? 13. Can we go any younger than 13? 12. 12 the youngest or any younger? Do I hear younger than 12? No? Okay, then in that case it's you and your dad. So everyone else sit down, thank you. Dad, what's your name?
Itai.
Itai. And your son's name?
Bushy.
Oh, you got the same voice. How creepy. Sorry. Was that Mushy? Mushy. So Itai and Mushy. Lovely to meet you both. Mushy, we're going to play a game. I need to ask you a question first, because the way you answer the question will just show me how I'm going to play the game with you. Can you see the bear from where you are? Yeah?
Yep.
I want you to think of a name for the bear, but not like Ted or Teddy, but like an actual name. Just don't say it out loud. Just think of one in your head. Give me a yes. Out loud, say yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. That was out loud, thank you. Can we zoom in a bit? Can we zoom in a bit on Mushy? No, okay, just think of the name for me, don't... Is it Bob? Is that Bob?
No.
What was it? What was the name?
Robinson.
Robinson, okay, there you go. Perfect. All right, great. Robinson the bear shows me how his mind works, which is genuinely terrifying. Thank you. Dad, sorry, was it Itai? Yes. Itai, I'm going to ask you to do something which it may not come easily to you, but I want you to properly just do this and commit to it for me. In a moment, you're going to leave Mushy there with the microphone, and you're going to come right down to the bottom of the steps on this side, and they'll give you a pen and paper. I want you to write down the 3 things that you love most about Mushy. The 3 things that make you most proud, the 3 things that make him amazing. Importantly, don't let anybody see what you write. Fold it up, seal it in an envelope, and just wait down there for me. Just give it some thought. Do you want to start heading down now? Mushy, you can take a seat with the mic. I'll come back to you in a bit. Just bear in mind, we can hear everything you say. So I mentioned my dad was supposed to be here as well tonight, which he was. And when I was Mushy's age, we didn't always communicate too well. And I think when Dad wanted to properly communicate with me, like to give me his advice, he'd take me to the fair. There was a big fair used to come to Croydon every year where we lived, and we'd always drive there listening to Sinatra in the car, singing That's Life. Do you know the song, That's Life? Such a great song, Dad's favourite song. We'd always listen to That's Life, and we'd always play the balloon game when you're throwing darts at balloons and you're trying to pop the winning balloon, and you don't know which one is the winning balloon, but if you pop it, you win the Big Teddy, which I always wanted to win. I never did. I won a goldfish once, which I let die the same day that I got it. I was changing the water, left the fish out, didn't know what I was doing. I can't believe any of you are chuckling at that. I was 8 when I did that, and that was my first experience of death. And, well, definitely, I'm sure, because I used to go to Sunday school at the time, I fully imagined the fish would be literally taken up by the angels in a beam of light up to heaven. Dad flushed it down the toilet, is what actually happened. But it really upset me that the fish didn't get its proper big send-off. It was horrible. Any idea how long, on average, a goldfish can survive out of water? No, not quite. 53 seconds. 53 seconds. Mine was out for half an hour. I was watching Top of the Pops, which you won't remember, Mushy. Yeah, sorry. So Dad would give me his advice at the fair, and I've already given you some of his advice. Very good bit of advice he gave me. Don't sleepwalk through life. I thought that was very good. Don't sleepwalk through life. Another one, don't touch or use the special wine glasses. So the rule was they were so beautiful and expensive they had to just live in a cupboard in the dark, untouched for the rest of your life. And my point is, all this advice I found so stupid when I was little, but then just recently thinking about it, I realised, of course, it was Dad's awkward way of telling me he loved me, right? Don't sleepwalk through life, because I love you and you will miss what's important. Don't lean back on your chair, because I love you and the thought of you cracking your head open makes me feel sick. Don't touch the special wine glasses. I have nothing for that one. It still makes no sense. Itai, have you written everything down? And great, get yourself up. Itai, everybody. Mushy, look, it's your dad. Come and stand here for me. They put you there. I'll get your microphone as well. So, if you don't mind me asking, where are you on that sort of dad emotional scale? Like, do you tell Mushy every day how much you love him, or do you have other ways of showing it, like helping out, spending time?
I tell him most of the time. And sometimes, I just touch him on the shoulder, maybe.
And that's enough. No, but so you say, maybe you don't say it every day, but like you...
I wish I would say it more, probably.
Oh, many dads say the same thing. It's an honest answer. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mushy, stand up with the mic. We're going to play the balloon game. So I have these 5 coloured balloons. Mushy, where are you? Let me see you. Hi, great. 5 coloured balloons. So purple, red, blue in the middle, green, and then yellow at the end. They are pushed through holes in cards. On the back of 4 of these cards, it says lose. But on the back of one of them, it says win. And that's the winning balloon. That's the one you're trying to pop. So the way the game works is like this. Every time you play, you've got the microphone in this hand. In your other hand, imagine you've got a big dart. You're going to hold up the dart, and then you shout out whatever colour you want to pop, and then you throw the dart as hard as you can. Don't throw the microphone like the kid did the other week. That is dangerous. You throw the dart, and then, Dad, you're just going to walk over and pop whatever balloon he says, and then we'll turn it round, and we'll see if you've won. And I'll give you 4 chances. 4 chances to pop the winning balloon. If at any point you do pop the one winning balloon, you win this amazing wood effect table. You can put this anywhere in your home. That will look absolutely stunning. You win the teddy. You win the teddy. Now, you should win it because I'm going to give you 4 chances, right? He has an 80% chance of winning. The odds are very much in his favour. You should win it, apart from one thing. I don't want you to. I do not want you to have my teddy. It was a long tour. I got lonely. Sort of grew quite attached to it over the months. It's so big and soft and cuddly. What name did you give it again?
Robinson.
Robinson, and that's actually its name. Isn't that amazing? It's like it was made for you. But it isn't. It's made for me, and I don't need to have it. So what I've done is I've just made the winning balloon the one colour I think you won't say, so that you'll leave it for me, and I get to keep my teddy. So that's the game. I might... How old are you again?
12.
12. Okay, so I think you're very grown up and confident for a 12-year-old, so I might just change one thing before we do this, and I'm not trying to influence your decision, but I will just pop that there. Let's start. Hold up the dart. Which one are you going to go for first?
Green.
Green. Dad, pop the green. Thank you. And then look, they turn around like this. Itai, has he won? And no, it's a lose, but never mind, you got a few more goes. Call out another one.
Yellow.
Yellow. Dad, pop the yellow. Itai, turn it round. Has he won? And no, it's another lose. Never mind. You got your 3 left. Your strategies aren't working. Let me help you out. You've got the purple, the red, and the blue. Which one out of those 3 do you think you might go for next? And I'm going to say you're not committing to it. I'll give you a chance to change your mind. But which one do you think you might go for next?
Purple.
Oh, you're thinking purple. Okay, in that case, I'm going to help you out. He's saying purple. Give me the dart for a minute. I'm just going to show you. I'll give you a kind of a freebie. I'll show you it's not the blue one. We'll just take the blue one out of the game, right? So it's either the purple or the red. Now, you can stick with the purple, but you could change your mind to the red now if you wanted. You won't want to because you'll think I'm trying to make you change your mind, but just to say, you are twice as likely to win now if you change your mind from the purple to the red. It's true. It really looks like a 50-50 choice. It really does. It's not. I'll explain to you why, and then you can at least make an informed decision, right? Your choice of purple, the chances of you being right are 1 in 3. Because when you guessed purple, there was a blue one there as well. So it's 1 in 3, which of course means 2 out of 3 times. One of the other 2 was the winning balloon, right? Which means 2 out of 3 times I didn't have a choice when I popped one, which means 2 out of 3 times it's the one that I leave is going to be the winning balloon. So 1 out of 3 you got lucky with the purple, but 2 out of 3 it's the one I leave the red. You're twice as likely to win if you change your mind. Yes, it is counterintuitive, Mushy, so I've done a little drawing which sets it all out quite nicely for you. And I feel I've explained it pretty thoroughly, so if you do get this wrong on what is now your last go, it is your fault and you have failed. Mushy, are you going to stick with the purple or change to the red? Hold up the dart. Final decision?
Purple.
Purple. Dad, pop the purple. Turn it round. Has he won? No, you lose. I win, and I am better than Mushy. Thank you so much. Who booed in the middle of that? Who booed? Sorry, thank you. Who booed in the middle of that? I can't give him the teddy. Obviously, sorry, stay standing for me, Mushy, for a second. Obviously, I can't give you the teddy. If I gave you the teddy, I'd have to give a teddy away every night, which would be 350-something teddies, which would be a whole dedicated touring truck of just teddies, which is financially unviable, I'm sure you understand. Also, how old are you again? 12?
Yep.
It does say very clearly on the posters, no under 13, so you are breaking the law. You are breaking the law.
I did not book the tickets.
Well, kind of still rests on you. Security are on their way, but before they arrive, just to say, you won't go away empty-handed. Mushy, if that's even your real name. These are supermarket-owned brand sweets. They have been in there a little while. And, Dad, did you write down your top 3 reasons why you love him? I'll take those from you, may I? Oh, sealed in an envelope. Lovely. I'll throw in all the nice things your dad wrote about you, too. Happy?
Very. Thank you.
What? Who's still booing? Okay, all right. It's a special night, we're filming. I'll let you choose your prize. What would you rather have, Mushy? Your dad's top 3 reasons he wrote why he loves you? Or a teddy that's bigger than you are?
I mean, I'll take the 3 letters. I know it's the typical answer, but
No, it's not, but it is the correct answer, so you win both. You get both. Go and get the teddy for him. You can put the dart on the table. Bring the teddy back here. That's £12. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. All right, the teddy's yours. That's the correct answer, so you get both. Talking about this for a second, though, I'd have loved it if my dad had written something like this for me when I was your age, and I suspect the reason why you chose it is because you know it'll mean more to you, right? Maybe not right now, but certainly when you're my age, right? Long after you've forgotten about the teddy, or perhaps left it too close to an open flame. So, Mushy, I'm going to ask your dad to read these out to you in front of 1,000 people. And as he does this, I just want you to remember that this is happening, because it's important. You can put the teddy down, sir. Nice, there you go. Do you want to take that out and unfold it? Get you the mic. So, Itai, take the mic, look at me. Forget the audience for a minute. You're going to go right from the top where it says top 3 reasons and then read out what you wrote. But just ignore everybody else. Take a moment. He's right there. Please read them to him. Off you go.
So the top 3 reasons why I love you. You're kind to your brother, you're an amazing artist, and you're super funny.
These are the best reasons. Well done, Itai. Thank you. Let me take that a second. Well done. Mushy, these are the best reasons. You're kind to your brother, you're an amazing artist, and you're super funny. I feel a lot better about giving you Robinson now than I did before. Would you give those to him? Don't forget, he will treasure those. Pick up Robinson, give him a little wave at the camera too, so Mushy can see what he's won there. He's got a big Win Me badge on the front, right? Can we zoom in on the badge, Brad? He was there to be won, or I might turn you just that way so we can see it. And Mushy, I don't know if you can see, it's actually got a big sticker on the front of it, the badge. 1 second. I'll take the sticker off. You better see what it says underneath. Don't know if you can read this. Look, it says, I want to live with a kid who is always kind to his brother, is incredibly funny, and is an amazing artist. Please give me cuddles. Love, Robinson the bear. It was made for you. Go and take that to your son. It was great. Thank you, Itai. Mushy, you are amazing. It is literally an entire truck of teddies. Thank you. I put a video out asking you to bring to the show an object that has sentimental value. Don't worry if you haven't brought anything or you didn't see the video, but if you have brought something, could you stand up? I just want to see how many of you brought something. Oh, loads of you. Wonderful. Okay. Loads of you. Amazing. Let's get 4 of you selected. I can only go to 2 levels, so I'll go down here and dress circle, I think. You're easier targets when you're standing, so please watch out for them. 1, we're getting this to 4 of you that are standing. 2, 3, 4. Give me a wave when you end up with them. Let me see. Big wave, please. 1, 2. That's a little wave. 1, 2, 3. Waiting for one more up here. Thank you. All right, great. Could the 4 of you with your objects come and line up at the bottom of the steps down here for me? Bring your frisbees as well. Bring everything. They'll give you a black bag. You're going to put everything in the black bag. And then, while they do that, the rest of you, if you brought as your object a wedding ring, Would you stand up? I just want to see, there'll be a few of you. It's quite a popular thing to bring. So thank you. Would you stand up? Don't be shy, up you get. So next question, just talking to those people that are standing now. If you don't normally wear the ring and it used to belong to somebody else, can you give me like a big wave? Thank you. So I'll start with the lady there. Can you show me the ring? Lady at the front of the grand circle there, lovely. What's the story with the ring? So whose was it?
It was my grandmother's ring.
It was your grandmother's ring. Okay, so I take it, has your grandmother since passed away? Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. What's your name? Naomi. Okay, Naomi, if you're happy for me to borrow that ring, and I promise you I will look after it, bring it down here for me. They'll give you a little box or a bag or something to put it in so you don't drop it down here, but please don't drop it on the way down. Thank you, Naomi. And as she comes down, do we have 4 people down here yet? We do, great. So I'd love you 4 to head up here, but could you pass your black bags down the line so that the last person brings up all the bags together? So just the bags, if you pass them down the line, could you give these 4 a hand as they come up? Hello, glad to come. I've got the frisbee for me. Go and take a seat at the far end for me over there. Thank you. Hello, you take a seat next to that lady over there. Thank you. Hello, sir. I'll put you just there. Hello, could you mix the bags and take a seat just here for me, just there. Thank you. All right. This is my favourite bit of the show because I get to see what you've brought. But just to say, as I go through these, please don't give me any indication what belongs to you. All right? Actually, I'll grab that. Hey, Naomi, thank you. I'll grab that from you too. Oh, little bag. Perfect. Is there a seat where Naomi could put herself? Not quite. Are you all right just hanging there for a bit, and I will come back to you in a bit. Thank you. I'll put this up here, Naomi. I'm not going to touch it. A little black bag. I won't touch it. I'll come back to that in a bit. All right. You take them from me. Did you mix them? Yeah. Yep. Nice. Thank you. All right. We shall begin. Oh. That feels like... It is. That is a Scrabble tile. That is great. Thank you. We have a necklace with it looks like a shark's tooth or something, which is rather nice. Next. Goodness me. I think it's a pregnancy test. Amazing. First one of those I've had. Thank you. And finally, I think it's like a crest of some sort, isn't it? These are really wonderful objects. Thank you for bringing these. These are terrific. I've said a couple of times now that my dad was supposed to be at the show here tonight. And the reason why he can't make it is that during lockdown, he died from COVID, which I'm sure is something I share with a number of you here. And after he died, I looked at his objects, the things he left, his slippers and his glasses and so on. And it was the weirdest thing because they just suddenly looked like tat. They just looked like stuff you'd find at the back of a junk shop. Like they had no meaning at all. And yet they were so meaningful. They sort of became more and less significant than they had been before. And one of those objects was the goldfish bowl he kept his change in. And that brought back all the feelings of how unfair it was that the fish didn't have its proper big send-off. That was upsetting again. It really struck me that the right sort of object has the power to remind us what is truly important to us. And if I could understand what was important about these objects to you four, I would understand you a little better. We all would. Actually, we'd look at you differently, with more empathy. So, you haven't worn this much, and it's a fairly modern thing. I'm just looking at the clasp to see if it's been, yeah, okay. One of you has not had this for very long, but you do wear it, you have worn it. You're looking at this very differently from the others, so I think this is yours. I think you've brought this, yes? You can answer, yeah. So So the interesting thing for me is that, look, it kind of goes like with these, right? You've got these sort of beady bangles on. I mean, it kind of sits well in that world, but I just don't really think you'd have gone out and chosen this for yourself. So I think somebody gave this to you. I think this is a present that you've been given, yeah? But it is someone that knows you well. You haven't had it for very long. And this is a really interesting choice of thing. I think this would be from New Zealand.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is from a friend in New Zealand, I think. It's not a romantic gift. It's not a family gift. It's someone that knows you well enough to know that you would like this. So you have a friend in New Zealand who gave this to you.
Correct.
And I won't try and tell you the name, but you're doing a thing that people sometimes do when there is a name going through their mind. I think the name begins with you're doing it again. M? Is it an M sound? Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So this connects you with a friend. That's why this is important. It's a connection to a friend I guess you don't see very often. Are they in New Zealand now?
They are,
yeah. So you don't see them often, and that's why this remains important to you. It's a connection to a friend overseas. And then here, so this is a much older thing. It's rather nice, and it's worn like that. And I thought it went on a cap, but it doesn't. So I think I know which one's yours, so I don't think it's yours. This is yours. This is yours, I think. Yes. So you brought this. Again, it's not something, it would make no sense for you to go out and buy this. The French writing is interesting. I think this is, I think this belonged to one of your grandparents. Yeah? Maybe your grandmother. Yeah. And for her to give this to you, and you have had this for a while, so I think she gave this to you. I don't think it's so much that she passed away and then it's something that you've taken to remember her by. I think she actually gave this to you, am I right?
In a sense, yeah.
In a sense, okay. Did it come through somebody else?
Yes.
Right. I think this is some sort of family crest or family symbol. So that's why your grandmother would be giving it to you. So it connects you to your grandmother, but it also connects you to your whole family. It's a family crest. With the je suis prêt, I am ready. Is that right? Wonderful. It's a family crest. I said that my dad and I didn't always connect too well when I was younger. Then, of course, after he died, that was that. And it really struck me, this very clear thought of, oh, well then, that was the relationship. It wasn't that we didn't connect, we just connected like that, in a slightly hit and miss way, as plenty of fathers and sons do, and that was okay. I had spent a lot of my life thinking it was supposed to be better or different. And also that if you can accept a relationship for what it actually is, you can at least grant that person their own bit of space in the world to be who they actually are. Because what's the alternative? We do this all the time with people we love. We just throw our demands at them of who they should be. And they throw their demands back at us, and we each fail to catch them, and they just build up in this big pile in between us, and we don't see each other at all. So again, I don't think this is yours. So this is yours. Right. So, this is from one of, this is the third generation, I think, of Scrabble tiles. So you would have played with this when you were a kid. This is from a set when you were little. This is not from a recent set. Yeah, Waddingtons were putting these out. Well, okay, so I think your grandmother had this. This was your grandmother's. So when you were a kid, you would go to your grandmother's house and play Scrabble. She loved it. And I presume she has since passed on, and this takes you right back to that. It's a really lovely way of remembering her. I'm really sorry. Did you lose her recently? I'm sorry, that's horrible. But this is a really lovely connection to her and back to those memories when you were little. So this is about this chap's grandma, and thank you for trusting me with it, and thank you for bringing it. And then here, pregnancy test. So this is first of all, importantly, this is yours, and it'll be. Show me your hands. Other one. You've got a daughter, yes?
Yeah.
So this is important because she's your only child, and this connects you to her. You have had this maybe 5 years, so your daughter's a little more than 5 years, so maybe your daughter's about 5, yes?
She's 5, yeah.
She is 5. Her name is, never had a pregnancy test before, so thank you for that. And her name, by the way, I think has an N sound at the start, yes? Yeah. If you're going to lose a dad, I don't know if you lost your grandma during COVID, but if you're going to lose so maybe this was the same for you, but certainly losing a dad during a global pandemic means two things. First of all, he has to die on his own. I couldn't be with him. Mum couldn't be there holding his hand and talking to him. He just had to sort of die, probably wondering where we all were. And secondly, you don't get to have a funeral unless you choose for it to be just the four of you sat 2 meters apart with no touching, which is a shame. Dad had always said half jokingly he'd have loved a gospel choir and loads of people. He had a whole list of things for a big fun funeral, and we just couldn't do any of those things. And then no funeral means you've got no way of finding closure for the guilt you feel for leaving him on his own, and no way of giving him his proper big send-off. So you look for another way if you can, like writing a show. So thank you. A connection to your whole family from your grandmother. A connection to your grandmother and a favorite game. Thank you. A birthday present, I think. And you haven't had this for maybe your 30th birthday present. Yeah? From your friend in New Zealand. And the name is, I think it's going to be a name that would be unusual to my ears. Is that right? Yeah.
It's a Maori name.
It's a Maori name. Okay. Oh, okay. There's an N-U at the end. Nu. It's like, I will pronounce it wrong, but it's something like Moinu, isn't it? Or Moanu or something like that?
Moianu.
Moianu. Thank you so much. 30th birthday present from Moianu. And this, the first signs of 5-year-old Natalie. Thank you so much. Thank you, the four of you. Would you thank these four for just allowing us to see you so much better? Your work is done. You may all head back. But thank you so much for coming up. Thank you, sir. Naomi, hi, could you come halfway up the steps? Just go like third step, put yourself there. That'd be a nice little pool of light, that's perfect. And then remind us, this was your grandmother's, who has since passed away, and the ring has come down to you. I'll show you what I brought as well. I brought an object of sentimental value myself, and it's this. It's one of the special wine glasses, which, of course, turned out to be not so special after all. I found a company in Venice that still makes them. So I ordered 350 of them, one for every night of the show, a few extra for breakages. They travel with the teddies, mushy. It wasn't as unique as I thought. And likewise, I suppose, the death of my dad, it was personal and it wasn't easy, but it didn't isolate me. It connected me with a lot of the pain and suffering that was going on around the world at the time. The things in life that feel most isolating are so often the very things that link us. This is the pain and beauty of just being human. And Naomi, even if everybody else goes away and forgets that me with my glass, you with your grandmother's wedding ring, and everybody here with their own objects sat with them now. Thank you for coming. Good night. Thank you. I might actually... Sorry, Mark, can we get the lights up for a second? I might just have one more person. Somebody grab that. Ooh. Hi, somebody got it? Give me a wave. Give me a wave. What's your name? Zoe, could you come to the steps on this side for me? Zoe, get yourself up. Lovely to meet you. Let's keep it going for Zoe. Hi, I'll take that from you and let's get rid of that. Okay, come stand over here for me. Can I bring you round? Come and stand around here. So I've got a padlock and a key. If you face this way, the key opens the padlock. Do you want to just check that for yourself? Open it up. All good? So leave it unlocked, but take the key out and hang on to the key. I'll take the padlock. All right, that key opens it. This one doesn't. Don't confuse them, but can you just hold them both up in the air in front of you, facing this camera there? All right. So I might just bring them up to fingertips a little more, and I'll turn that so they face the same way. Okay, all that matters now, Zoe, the only thing that's important, but it is really important, is that you remember, as best as you can, what the correct key looks like, which is this one here, right? And you're looking specifically at the cut of the key, the bitting, it's called, the teeth and the notches, right? The bitting of this key is different from that. It's just a different shape. Makes sense? Is why one opens it and one doesn't, obviously. So as you try and commit this shape to memory, do you think if you mix those two up, you'd better pick out the right one if it was just those two?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's do that first then, all right? Unlock the padlock, put them in your hand, give them a good mix-up. And no cheating, you need to better do it for real. So, can you pick out the right one?
That one.
Which one? I think you're right. Show me that one. Yeah, I think you're right. Just try it, just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that is it.
Oh.
Excellent. Good night! Imagine if that was the end. All right, leave it unlocked, leave it unlocked. We might just open that again. Excellent. Okay, so drop both keys in the tray. So you've got one key that opens it. Yeah. 99 that do not. Okay, turn around and have a look at this. I'm going to lock this box closed in a moment with this padlock. Your job will be, Zoe, to look at the keys and to remember what's important, which is just what this one key looks like. You've sort of got it in your mind's eye. When you think you've recognized it, I want you to take it out, hold it up in the air so they know you've made a decision, then turn around and open the box. If you're wrong, have another go, and another go if you need to. But I'd love you, if you can, to get it on the first go. So I just want you to relax and take your time. And really, that's it. Remember the horoscope from the start? Don't be sidetracked from what you know is important, which is what a key looks like. And don't be made anxious by pressures or distractions that may not even be real. Can I bring you back to where you were? So turn around and face that way. If I stand you there, you can study them, right? I'm giving you a head start. You can study them. Yeah, no touching till I say go. But when I do say go, you will have 53 seconds. Go. Don't be sidetracked from what you know is important. Remember what you're looking for, the shape of the key. It was the more zigzaggy one of the two. But all the time you need, you've got 38 seconds. Relax, take your time. Okay, you've got 28 seconds. You might want to try one. You might just try one. If you're wrong, you can have another go. You might want to, you've only got 23 seconds now. Try one. Yes. You got one. 20 seconds on the clock. You got it? Is that it? Yes? No? Okay, have another go. You got 10 seconds now. Don't be made anxious by pressures or distractions. They may not even be real. 6 seconds. 3. Last one. Yeah. 2, 1. Right on 0. You got it? Yes? Are you turning it properly? No? Okay, all right, yes. Okay, it's okay. Don't put it back in. There you go. It's underneath another one. I got it. Tom backstage. Tom, spare key, please. There's water on the floor. Careful. So. No reason to blame yourself, Zoe. Clear. Not again.
if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump on a big bird and then I'd fly. Oh, I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying down on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life, and I can't deny it. I thought I quit, baby, but my heart won't let me buy it. But if there's nothing shaking, come this year July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball.
I can't even remember. Like, literally, my brain is scrambled. I heard 1, 2, 5.
For me, it was just 1, 5, and that was it. I saw his head go kind of odd when he was looking at that.
I was nodding off like this, going, I'm being hypnotised. Oh,
How many numbers did you hear Darren say? Any numbers?
No, he had no numbers.
Red light came on, and before you know it, the chair was over there. She was there, I didn't see anything. So when they pulled back the video, it was like, I didn't see any of that.
I lost time twice tonight.
I did have time lapse. It's quite freaky.
It's weird, it's crazy.
I just saw the very beginning movement of like her turning away after those light change happened. It's like, I feel like I can remember him being the person to push the box to make it swing. It feels like time is skipped. I think I just skipped maybe like 1 second less than everyone else.
Well, we've seen him as a showman, but who is he off stage? Darren delves into that and the inspiration for tonight's show in an exclusive chat available on Channel 4's YouTube now. Head to All 4, where in darkness some celebs are getting on each other's nerves, some are opening up, others are totally terrified, scared of the dark. Stream it all now. And the Goggleboxers are watching that next.